should we talk about key skills that you need as an online tutor?
Yeah, and I think actually a lot of the skills are the same for being an online tutor and a face-to-face tutor. And I think the most important thing really is that you have an objective and you have a clear aim for your lesson. I think it's very easy to fall into the trap of online learning equal online chatting. And so you and the learner sit and chat for an hour and we don't really know why we're doing it or what the learner's going to get out of it. So I think clear planning, clear objectives and clear learning goals at the beginning of every session is really important.
Yeah, I agree.
The ability to really plan well. When you start the lesson, you need to know exactly what you're going to be doing at every step. You don't want any dead time when you're online.
And also I think that the teaching techniques that you use in a face-to-face lesson, actually you can use them in an online context too. In fact, you need to use them in an online context. So not forgetting to give clear instructions, to demonstrate activities by, eliciting an answer first or eliciting an example first to demonstrate what you want them to do. Those are key things that help the lesson to go smoothly. And
it's much more difficult, isn't it, online to make sure that you've understood what is being presented to you. So those checking skills are really important.
I think so, yeah. So all the kind of techniques you use in the face-to-face environment, you might need to adapt them slightly, but you still need to be doing them online, and I think that's really key.
And using, again, different gestures to really break it down. So counting the number of syllables with my hands, using this type of gesture to show, I want you to speak or you need to pronounce it differently. Using this to say, I'm still listening, I'm still waiting for you. So these types of things to make sure that they're successful.
When we teach face-to-face, we need to establish rapport and build rapport. But online, I think that can be a harder job. It can be more difficult for the teacher because the learners are in a different country or everything seems so distant. So I think teachers maybe have to work a little bit harder at establishing rapport.
Building rapport with certain students. Sometimes it's very easy and you have someone you just click. Other times it does require more work.
It may be that you have people coming together from all different places. So for example, in one class I taught, it was the people were in the same country, but they all came from different places in that country. So they never saw each other face to face and they didn't build those same relationships. So that's another thing to think about is how you get people to form relationships where they feel safe and confident speaking to the other people in their group. And that rapport, building that rapport is probably the most essential thing you really need to work on when you're starting out with an online class.
The key skills that I would say you need to have are really, really bringing a lot of energy to every single class. So I always thought I had really good rapport with my students and that I was always a really friendly person. But sometimes after giving these classes, my face almost hurts from smiling so much and from using so many different expressions with the students. But it's really, really necessary.